Hey, what's good everyone? Fury here, back with more Grand Blue versus, and we have got Kazunoko playing as Katalina versus Pixy playing as Charlotta. This is an interesting matchup. Let's get into it. I want to take a bit of a deeper dive into this one. So, let's just, as always, go over what we think could happen, dynamic between the characters. Charlotta is this game's, oh god, how was the Street Fighter version of her? It's like Honda with a demon flip, which is kind of hype, and a DP. She's an interesting character. She doesn't really have range on her buttons per se, so she's not going to be whiff punishing you, but she has a headbutt. She has your scissor kick, your headbutt, whatever you want to call it. It's your charge move that sends you three quarters of the screen and doesn't leave you punishable, or most of them don't leave you punishable, especially the EX version. She also has her demon flip, which is very effective, good at baiting DPs, good at baiting anti-airs, and just generally has some pretty safe mix behind it if set it up correctly. And that being said, also a lot of options from it. There's a lot of options you can go from the demon flip. Catalina, as we know, is the mid-range monster, the frame trap queen. She fuck you up in mid-range. So the reason I'm interested in this matchup is how does Charlotta work around the neutral here? That EX headbutt is going to do wonders in neutral in most matchups, but in here, when someone can throw fireballs, it's probably not going to be the one. So let's see. So we looked at Goichi playing as Katalina before, and he was quite hesitant to spend meter on, or spend the EX fireball. Kazunoko less so. Immediately just establishing some quite powerful pressure here. And yeah, there's your EX headbutt. Not really much Katalina can do here. She can take her turn afterwards. Doesn't have any meter for the EX fireball, so that means that the turn is not going to be as crazy as one might expect. Oh, she did have meter. I'm chatting out my ass. So yeah, one thing you can do here is like do that button and then EX fireball and then dash behind it, and then you get like a more threatening turn rather than just like, no, here's a button, like you're gonna stand here now. But he opts not to. Okay, so here we're already seeing some of this, the demon flip action, and this is one of the main ways in which you bait DPs is with this. You can bait DPs, it also slows you down a little bit, it's got a bit of start up to it, so it can beat quite a lot of anti-airs. The attack level is quite good on it, so. This goes for the safe jump, dash up, and there's the DP. It's Kazunoko, right? He's gonna throw DPs in there, it's just how it is. 5B pressure, or 5M I should say. Yeah, that's not safe right there. Dashes up, Charlotta responding in like the best way possible, kind of by happenstance. Super jumps. Super jumps are cool because you turn around in the air. So right here you see the button is reversed, which is really good. And it's a common way of getting out of the corner is super jumping. But like even then the forward range on it is not that much, so you are kind of banking on them advancing. Lucks out and gets it. Oh, he actually did confirm something there. I'm surprised that didn't hit them. Interesting. Maybe did a bit too late, but he's going to get full punish into the... Oh, he drops it. Okay, so after the EX hand, you can get a button into the headbutt there for like an Oki situation, but unfortunate drop. We're just exchanging blows, a bit scrambly here, but this is where, you know, Kazunoko can thrive sometimes. So even though I've been talking about how this EX headbutt and just headbutt in general might not be super effective in neutral, it doesn't mean you shouldn't use it. You have to use it. You know, it's a tool and it's a very good one at that. It's you have to stop Kazunoko from advancing. Oh, is this an intentional? Let's have a look at this. Seemed like quite a gets an air reset on it. I don't think this was an intentional like safe jump looking setup. But gets an air reset, and that leads to that pressure, which is super safe. Man, jumps out. Interesting. Wow, okay, so we look at this a little bit better. What did he do here? He tried to DP, I believe. Interesting. This gets caught out. Maybe if he did the EX one, it would have been better, but it didn't look like it was auto-correcting, so that's the big issue. Lands a big sweep. It's going to get some mix-up. Charlotta's jump arc is very good. Like, very, very good. It's very hard to anti-edge. There's a lot of very active jumping moves. But this is just a matchup where that's not going to really show that much. Katalina, you know, this game has got one-button DPs in it if you want to use them. And that means a lot because it makes the reaction time so much easier. So even a good jump in is not that good. Just playing neutral. Charlotta has to jump. All that being said, like, he's too overwhelming on the ground. Drops that again. It's unfortunate. Yeah, she has to do stuff like this. Pixy can't just be content trying to play the ground game because they'll just lose, you know. You can't contend with those buttons forever. Hey, wake up super. Gotta do it, man. Can't be fucking around forever. You gotta throw that wake up super in there, and that has a grip of damage. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was a setup. Let's have a look at that a little bit. So, goes from the super into a whiffed headbutt, and then gets a button. I don't know if Kazunoko could have done something. Ah, okay, let's stop there. I don't know if Kazunoko could have done something, but it looks pretty clean, at least. So, with the button, nice. So this is what I've been alluding to a lot, is using this attack to bait a DP. Now, this from any of the other Demon Flip attacks would have hit, but Katalina's DP, it's got okay horizontal range, but mainly that horizontal range comes at the top of the arc. So, you know, it's very standard Shoryuken sort of things. But so less range here, and then it cruises forward. So you have to react quite early. But yeah, that Demon Flip into the overhead sort of slam-looking move. That's what you're going to use to bait it, and it does so very well there. Unfortunately, spending all that meter means that didn't actually have the resources. Oh my god, people are just throwing buttons out. Boom, big. Oh my god, you've been dropping so much. Stop. Oh no. All right, okay. Good. That would have been heartbreaking. Drops quite a lot of combos this game. Maybe it had a little bit of lag behind it. You know, this is just ranked online. But, oh, okay, DPing out the corner. Stop. Nice. Okay, so it feels like the Charlotta's like kind of getting a bit more momentum here. I like that EX headbutt as well, just to keep that momentum going. Whiffs, but it doesn't really matter because you got corner control from it. The DP was late. Yeah, just do it, man. Close M is just so good. Just do it. I mean, you really have to respect it. There's so many options for frame trap. That's going to be a grip of damage into the super. It shouldn't kill though, but I don't know if she gets Oki off this. I'm interested to see if she gets Oki. No, it doesn't look like it. Like maybe you could have thrown in the X Fireball, but not much. Okay, keeping that pressure safe. Just playing this very slow neutral game. Has to try and find some way in, you know. Kazunoko very good at switching his tempo when he needs to. He's like, at least in my head, quite an aggressive player. Aggressive in a different way to some people, like not very jumpy or anything, but just will run up to you and press buttons quite a lot. Use a lot of DPs, do stuff with risk attached to him. So it's interesting seeing him play Katalina. Lancelot made a lot of sense to me just because it seemed to fit his playstyle of like using all of the tools. Here it's you know, it's definitely a different vibe. See, a lot of Katalina players do this combo. I just think it's always a shame to give up the corner like that, but I get the idea. You know, it's just such a chunk of damage. You're spending so much. You're kind of impotent for the next round. Yeah, I think that's one of the things. Like, we look at the meters here, right? Katalina has got the most important one, which is the DP, I would say. Having the DP is the only thing that's stopping Charlotta from just jumping on you. Obviously, she's got good normal anti-airs, don't get me wrong, but like, it's very hard to anti-air moves that are that active. So this is the sort of situation where you want to see Pixy just kind of go in and does that with the whiffed EX roll. We're looking at some Blanca shit right there. Nice. That was an awesome little scramble. Yeah, the EX hands just allow you to set that sort of mix up. No hands, yeah, though. He's just slowly pushing them out. Yeah, spending that fireball. Oh my god, it's so oppressive, isn't it? It sucks. It's like, what can you say? It's just very good, very standard pressure for a game that's got a run in it. But Charlotta is doing a good job at just kind of like picking moments. That's funny. Tried to dodge through. Yeah, you see that's a dodge after the freeze and then just gets slapped. That's funny. Yeah, you just have to pick your moments and kind of the punishment for like trading with or not even trading, getting beat out clean by the EX roll is just not that high. So you just have to do it. How did that happen at the start? I think that's interesting, right? So Kaz is advancing a lot more than we've seen in these previous games. And that allowed to set up the punish for this, which is good. Very good. And a demon flip. Throw in the corner. He's going to get some mix. That's good, isn't it? I actually haven't. I don't know why I've not really clocked onto doing that, but see, as soon as he's going to go for another throw, and instead of like trying to tech it, just goes for the universal overhead. Boop, counter hit, ripper damage, EX hands, EX demon flip, back into pressure. And just gets the punish, just overwhelmingly good this round. Yeah, there we go. Before just letting those target combos rock. And like that's something you have to do sometimes, but you also have to throw hands in there. The reason one might not want to throw hands, or lightning legs, whatever you want to call them, or their proper name, which, you know, I'll never call them that, is it's so instant blockable. I guess it's not really happening that much at the moment, but you can insta block a lot of it and just gain so much meter. So maybe it's something you only really do later in the rounds, right? But it is a mix in there. Like the light ones don't leave you plus, the heavy ones have a gap, etc, etc. This is all very solid pressure. Nice. Sees the roll forward. I think he may have assumed that something like a demon flip was going to come after that, but nothing. Punishes throw with. Yeah, it's really solid. I'm interested to see how Charlotta evolves over time. I mean, maybe she's going to become more setup heavy, but it seems the characters that are really dominating at the moment are very strong in neutral. So I don't know how well she'll hold up to that, but I've definitely seen her be oppressive sometimes. Nice, here's the pressure. Got a DP some point, you can't just not. You got to do it. As much as it sucks, you want to be that guy that's just super safe. You have to DP some of these strings. Like, taking your turn back in this game is real hard. Oh, you see that there? He just gets an on-reaction dodge. When you're, like I mentioned before, when you're running forward, you cannot block, so you have to go for things like dodge, and he gets it here. Gets the pressure. I'd like to see more throws, like, put in there, just like a bit of extra mix. Her core mix is so good, sometimes it's nice to, like, revert to normal stuff. Ooh, nice. Hitting buttons. This is something that you can use EX headbutt for, right? Is you can headbutt buttons. Everything really has a hurt box to it, so it's a good punish. It's really good. Get sands, yeah, and just this corner pressure. Charlotta is spending so much health trying to get out. Like, and it feels like that's the repeat of every round. It's just Katalina can be so oppressive in that mid-range. And it's trying to stay close, you know, not trying to get too far away. This is perfect range of, like, just inside 5M or 2M. Oh, no, we're punished on that. Here we go. Gets the close M setups. Just keeps going. Yeah, when you late tech versus Katalina, you may as well not text at all. dash up, pressure, you're back in the exact same situation. There's the X headbutt, that's what you want to see. That's it's something I've noticed in this game is the funny way momentum works, where if you neutral jump after running forward, you kind of move forward. So this actually looks like it could have been perhaps even, maybe not safe, but that should have been something was forced to block. Ooh, okay. I like it. Run forward, jump, neutral jump, and that's an example of that momentum once again. So it's run forward, jump, and you see how it's actually, if he starts like here, right, just before the crack, when he lands, boom, just in front of it, and that forces that DP to whiff, which is nice. I mean, maybe if Kazunoko had waited, he could have done something, or it might have auto-corrected, or he might have landed behind, you know. Waiting would have helped there, but I can totally see why one would go for the anti-air. It makes a lot of sense, and in the heat of the match, that's definitely going to happen. Ooh, it doesn't spend a meter. Alright. Wow, that's not safe, is it? There's no way that's safe. It'd be funny if it is. I mean, there's such a big gap there, you can definitely do something, but Kazunoko not knowing what. I like that, just spending the EX fireball, like, alright bro, chill out. Let's go back to neutral, stop fucking around. Ooh, okay. Pressure started. How's it going to continue? There's a hands. Into the corner. Tried to go for it, tried to go for that EX demon flip. Unfortunately, that was not safe. Getting DP'd out. EX DP. And that's the end of the round. Such an interesting matchup. Like, it seems tough for Charlotta. Granted, Pixy, and you know, always give a benefit of the doubt of it being online, was dropping quite a lot of like punishes, not punishes, combos, let's say. And I feel like maybe offline, reacting to whiffed, especially things like fire heavy, with the EX headbutt would be pretty practical. Like, you could do that and not feel too much strain on your reactions. But online, obviously, it's a different story. So it becomes a very normal Street Fighter feeling matchup with the added demon flips in there to kind of make it a bit more sporadic. But it's interesting. I want to see how Charlotta continues and see if she keeps growing or kind of ends up stagnating at the sort of place in, you know, the meta currently. Being able to fight the top tiers feels like a very important attribute for any character in the game right now. I could be totally wrong about that, and I definitely feel like any character can win. But there are a couple of characters, Katalina, Grant, Ferry, who are very good this early stage, that it feels like you need to be able to fight, you know. So at the beginning of a game, there's always going to be like a couple of characters who everyone's picking because not only are they good, but they are excessively good. So you can become quite strong with them very early on. Whether or not that changes over time when people become more accustomed to the matchup is yet to be seen. But Katalina is definitely a character you want to be able to fight right now. So yeah, Charlotta, interesting character. I really like how she functions. Like, I think it's definitely one of those, like, if you can react to everything, she's awesome characters, which are hella obnoxious to play. But yeah, definitely rad. All right, everyone. Hopefully that was interesting for you. And yeah, that's it. Take care.